Fashion Month is here. Today, New York Fashion Week is going to start this new season. And if you have ever felt like that excitement about Fashion Weeks, but you are also not living in a fashion capital, you didn't secure a backstage position, and you're still wondering, what can I do to take advantage and leverage Fashion Month for my career in fashion? There are so many things that you can do even just from home, and in this video I'm going to share with you what are the things that you can do from home to take advantage of Fashion Week for your career in fashion. If you're new here, I was born and raised in the south of Italy. I was just studying management engineering, and I remember very clearly that when it was like February and September, so Fashion Week time, I was so excited because it was like my time to connect deeper with my passion for fashion. So I remember that I was scheduling an appointment with myself to watch the fashion shows of my favorite brands. I was downloading the calendars of Milan, London, New York, and Paris Fashion Week. I was putting them on a mood board that at that time I had on my desktop, and it was like a fashion mood board with sketches and inspiring images, and I was scheduling this appointment with myself where I was watching fashion shows. Back then it was already the time where brands were showing their fashion shows online on social media on their websites, and I was there watching the shows, downloading the looks, and at the time I was also running a small fashion blog, and I was also reporting about these shows. So if you have this feeling of wanting to do something about your career in fashion during Fashion Month, and perhaps you're feeling that you're even more excited about fashion during Fashion Month, in this video I'm going to share with you that you should not just watch looks or just share some of your favorite collections on Instagram or on TikTok, but there is a lot that you can do even just from home. Because the truth is that fashion companies nowadays don't just look at your degree when hiring. They look at initiative, they look at proactivity, they look at your mindset, and if you can show that you're doing things beyond like your degree, whether you're studying fashion or you're studying something like more traditional, they will appreciate this initiative. You will not only show knowledge, you will not only show skills, but you will show this initiative, and they will understand that you will also bring this type of initiative and proactivity also to their job, which is exactly what companies are looking for nowadays. Remember that if you have ever felt like you're not enough for the fashion industry, that you're not confident enough, confidence is a skill. And confidence comes from knowledge and competence, which is something that you can acquire. And it's a skill that can be trained over time. Look at this, it's like when you have to go to an exam when you're in uni. Remember that if you knew that you studied everything in the book, every chapter, you were more confident going to the exam, right? Instead, if you knew that you skipped some chapters of the book, you were hoping that they would not ask you right about those chapters. And it's the same for your career in fashion. The more you know, the more confident you become. So there is never a place where you will feel like you have learned everything. There is always something new that you can learn. Still nowadays, as a fashion career educator, I've been teaching about fashion for a decade now, and I still learn so many new things every single day. So you should never stop learning. I remember that once I then got into the fashion industry, fashion shows were still part of my job. I was working in the commerce department at Alexander McQueen, and I remember that I was so excited when one of my first tasks related to fashion weeks was to upload the streaming of the video of the fashion show on the website of Alexander McQueen. I felt like so excited and part of this industry. And I also remember that with my colleagues, I was working at Alexander McQueen carrying Yux Net-a-Porter. We were like setting meetings, so actual meetings scheduled on our calendars to watch the fashion shows, not only of the Kering brands, because I was working inside Kering, so Saint Laurent, Gucci, Bottega, Alexander McQueen, Balenciaga, and all of the brands of Kering. And by the way, I post also a video on how to get a job at Kering that you can watch here. But we were so excited to watch these fashion shows, and who wouldn't want watching fashion shows be part of the daily job? Of course it was fun, but it was also our job to watch them. And we were also watching not only those of our own brands, the companies we were working at, but we were also watching at some competitors, like we were watching at what Dior or what Prada were doing. And it was for work purpose. So yes, fashion is fun, but it's also a serious business. So we were actually watching fashion shows, yes, to see what the new designer or what the new collection was about, but also because it was part of our job to stay up to date and to look at fashion shows with different lenses, according to which was our own department. And this is actually one of the tasks that I highly suggest you to do, and one of the ones that I'm suggesting in this video. So as someone who analyzes fashion shows in her job, but also today as the head of educator, I do teach and analyze fashion shows many times, but also it was on your side. So it was that girl in her bedroom, wanted to do something during Fashion Month to feel more connected to the fashion industry. I'm now breaking down the things that you can do from home. Number one, understand what a fashion show really is. Most people watch fashion shows for the new collection, but if you want to get inside the fashion industry, you need to start looking at fashion shows with a different lens. So when you're watching shows now, ask yourself and study and learn what are the people running this show behind the scenes. Why a certain designer has decided to show that type of collection. Why the set design, so you know the environment of that fashion show is set in that specific way. Why that music. Why the seating plan of everyone seated there to watch the fashion show. There is a reason behind every choice. It's not just random. But so I really encourage you to start looking at fashion shows with the different eyes and to really understand more about what is going on behind the scenes. The second thing is to watch shows through the lens of the job that you want to get. Not all of the fashion professionals look at fashion shows the same way. You know, we have fashion buyers, fashion editors, stylists, marketers, PR, merchandisers. They're all looking at the same show, but they see different things because their job involves also looking at the fashion shows, but for different purposes. An editor will look at a fashion show to produce the analysis and report about that collection. A buyer is going to look at a fashion show because buyers are in charge of selecting what pieces of the collection are going to end up in a store, so they have to select which are going to be the seasonal or the commercial pieces. PR and marketers are also looking at fashion shows as marketing moments where every photos, every videos, every runway moment that can, you know, make the buzz and also be used later in their job. Stylists are going to look at runway shows to gather inspirations for their next outfits, to see how brands are styling the look, which outfits could realistically appear in Vogue, or like they're taking notes of which are going to be the looks that we want to request to that brand when they want to create their editorial, when they want to dress a celebrity. Those who want to work in merchandisers are going to look at how many times a silhouette is repeated. What are the categories that are dominant? Outerwear, knitwear, accessories. Is there a hero product that the brand is pushing for that specific season? So you can also practice to try to see and look at fashion shows through the lens of the career that you want to pursue. Number 3, create your own post-fashion show debrief. You can pick a city, you can pick a season, and you can do something like that. For example, option A would be to would be to wait until the end of a specific season. Let's say New York, London, Milan, or Paris, and you're going to do an analysis of what happened in that specific season. The trends, the brands that shifted positioning, a surprise moment. Or option B, you can compare two brands even from different cities. For example, you can compare Dior versus Chanel. Who leaned more into heritage? Who experimented more? What was different from the past season to the new one? Which felt more commercial? Which felt more creative? Number 4, you can turn runway moments into portfolio pieces. For example, you can create a mini digital magazine inspired by Fashion Month, like I do teach in my fashion internship simulator on how to create a Vogue magazine. You can design a mock cover of a magazine, let's say Vogue or Press Bazaar, inspired by the latest runway that you have just seen. Or you can write an editor's letter to explain why this season mattered, what were the things that you spotted. Or if you want to get into marketing inspired by my marketing internship simulator, for example, you can create a campaign for the collection that you've just seen on the runway. So imagine that you've just seen the latest Jacquemus fashion show. create and ideate a concept for a future Jacquemus campaign about that specific show that you've just seen. Or plan how you would build an influencer strategy if you're working in PR, if you're working in digital marketing, which influencers you would involve to promote this new collection. Or you can plan a retail activation, a pop-up experience, anything like an event activation to promote the new collection when it's going to hit the store. Recruiters love tangible proofs. Recruiters love to see your skills in action, and all of these initiatives are going to be able to help you build a portfolio that then you can show when you are applying for jobs or internships. And even if you don't have experience yet, these projects are going to be huge for your career because they already demonstrate initiative, proactivity, skills, industry knowledge, and also an understanding of the future role that you want to get. So even before you get the role, you already know what a PR, a stylist, a merchandiser, a buyer, an editor, a marketer does, and therefore you're going to be ahead of those who are starting completely from scratch. You might be at the same level, you might have no experience, both. But if you already did this work, you already did a lot of research, you already have more knowledge compared to those who are no experience like you, but are starting from scratch without a portfolio, without projects, without initiative. And that's how you stand out. You can also study the industry beyond the runway. Fashion is an ecosystem and there are so many people working there. So take Fashion Month as a moment to start following editors, buyers, learn more about the people behind the scenes. You can even set the goal of connecting with 3 to 4 industry professionals per week. I would not recommend to reaching out to professionals who are directly involved in fashion weeks during Fashion Month because they're super busy, but save those names if you see them, like especially during Fashion Month they might post more content. Save their names and then reach out to them later on LinkedIn, on Instagram, say that you have noticed an article they post about Fashion Month, or a report that they post, or the fact that you noticed that they were in Milan, in Paris, in London Fashion Week. So build your competence and your knowledge intentionally. So if you're sitting in your bedroom right now and you're thinking, I'm not in Paris, so there isn't anything that actually I can do to be more closer to the fashion industry, the geography is just the limit if you allow it to do it, to be your limit. Remember when I said that when I was just in my bedroom, I used to connect with my passion for fashion. And when I was talking about this to recruiters, they really appreciate the fact that I was putting projects together about Fashion Week and that I was building something, even if no one asked me to do so. So they will appreciate a lot this type of initiative. This is something that you can treasure throughout your career, not just for you, but even to the eye of recruiters, is going to be very much appreciated. And also for you, you're going to build confidence, you're going to build knowledge. If you actually want to join a program where we're going to do all of this together, I will leave you the link because I'm opening the doors to the Fashion Week Career Lab. It is a 4-week program running during Fashion Month. Each Friday, I'm hosting a live masterclass where I'm teaching you things about Fashion Weeks, but not only. It's going to be about interactive classes where at the end of each class, I'm also going to assign you a project or assignment where you can actually do the work. So this Fashion Month, you're not just watching fashion shows, you can be part of the fashion industry. Do the work, build projects, build portfolios, and finally, this is going to be the Fashion Week season where you didn't just watch shows and at the end you didn't have skills, you didn't have any portfolio projects, you didn't actually made a move for your career in fashion. If you enroll in the Fashion Week Career Lab, you will actually work on these projects and you will emerge with new skills, new knowledge, and new projects that you can show on LinkedIn in your portfolios to recruiters to demonstrate your knowledge, your proactivity, and your initiative. We're going to have 4 weeks. Week 1 is going to be inside Fashion Week systems. I'm going to teach you everything about the evolution of fashion shows, what a fashion show really is from an insider perspective, the role of fashion shows, the different people involved in organizing fashion shows, and also how to work backstage. At the end, your assignment will be to actually plan a fashion show yourself. You will have all of my step-by-step guidance so you can actually become an event producer and build your own fashion show. Week 2 is going to be step inside the shoe of your dream and future role. Whether you want to become a buyer, merchandiser, PR, marketer, you want to work in styling and become an editor, I'm going to show you how each of these careers analyze fashion shows, so you can also put yourself into their shoes and produce a report based on the career that you want to get, so you will analyze a fashion show with the lens of your dream future role. Week 3 is all about building your Fashion Week intelligence report. So we're going to analyze and debrief a Fashion Week season. So you're going to have a professional report that you can use either as a portfolio project, you can upload it on LinkedIn, you can post on social media to showcase your knowledge of Fashion Week as an insight. And then last but not least, we're going to do a Decoding the Runway masterclass. I'm going to teach you how to spot trends from the runway shows, and I'm also telling you more about trends from the eye of a buyer, marketer, or stylist, and we will also build together a trends mood board. So you will actually learn how to structure a professional mood board and build one as your assignment. You can use this on your portfolio, you can use this on LinkedIn. All of these projects are optional but highly recommended for you to have something for your portfolio. So if you're looking for an engaging program to be involved in fashion shows, advance your career, and actually get projects that you can use for your portfolio, you cannot miss the Fashion Career Week Lab. Enrollments are open now and are going to close on February the 18th or earlier if we already reach the capacity, because this is a live cohort. All the classes are live, running on Fridays, so you can work on the assignments during the weekend. So this is going to be very perfect for you if you have a university, you have a job, you have an internship, but you still want to participate in Fashion Week. Assignments are optional but highly recommended. You can take them during the weekend. You can even start and at your own pace, like you watch the class on Friday and you take the whole week until the next class on the next Friday to complete the assignment. So it's up to you. You can watch live, you can watch the recording, you will have lifetime access. So we'll leave you the link to learn more about the Fashion Week Career Lab, and I really hope to see you inside. Bye for now.